The utilities for loading and unloading material are both found under the same tab. For loading plastic, choose meter load to allow the printer to track material remaining. We'll need Onyx for a later test print, so ensure that material is selected. We have a partially used spool, so we'll choose that and then we'll weigh the spool. Looks like 1325 grams is the weight, so back to the printer, enter 1325 into the weight field. While the printhead heats up, load the Onyx spool into the dry box, making sure the filament is feeding from the top of the spool and into the dry box adapter. Push the filament through the adapter and into the feed tube to the point at which about an inch is protruding from the end of the feed tube. Then, latch the dry box fully closed. Once the printhead has reached steady state temperature, click Next on the screen to engage the plastic extruder. Take the end of the filament and push it into the extruder until you feel the extruder gears grip the filament and begin pulling it. Seat the feed tube into the extruder's inlet port and watch the filament pass through the tubing system. You may have to hit retry to keep the extruder running. Once the filament enters the printhead and the extruder begins to skip, hit stop on the screen, then click done to keep the printhead hot. Next, let's load fiber. For a later calibration step, if you have an X7, load carbon fiber. If it's an X5, load fiberglass. Use the meter load option to track fiber remaining and choose the option that applies to you. We have a 150cc partial spool, so we need to weigh it like we did with the Onyx. After entering the 180 gram mass into the weight field, the fiber extruder begins spinning. Position the fiber spool onto its post and feed it through the fiber feed tube like so until the fiber extruder grabs it. Again, you may have to hit retry if the extruder stops spinning. Watch it pass through the fiber tubing system until it enters the printhead. Once it extrudes from the fiber nozzle, select Cut from the screen to finalize the loading process and get us back home.